You're exhausted, aren't you? You've been running, striving, and pushing for so long, convinced that your worth is tied to how much you can handle. You keep telling yourself, just one more push. But the finish line never seems to get any closer. What if all your effort, all this endless trying, is the very thing holding you back? What if God is speaking a single word over your burnout today? Stop. And that isn't a gentle suggestion. It's a sacred permission slip to finally cease the struggle. Let's just be honest for a second. That exhaustion you feel isn't just physical. It's a soul-deep weariness. It's the kind of tired that comes from living on a spiritual treadmill, running as fast as you can, trying to be good enough, holy enough, strong enough. You carry this invisible checklist in your heart. Pray more, worry less, be more patient, read the Bible every single day, serve with a better attitude. And every time you fall short, the weight just gets heavier. You look at your life, at the storms that are raging, the anxieties that keep you up at night, the relationships that feel strained, and your first instinct is to try harder, to grip the controls a little tighter. You've bought into the lie that if you can just muster a little more strength, a little more discipline, you can fix it all. You think you can manage the outcomes, protect yourself from pain, and finally hand God a version of yourself you think He'll approve of. But this whole cycle is a trap. It's a performance-based faith that leaves you feeling more like an employee trying to earn a promotion than a child loved unconditionally by a father. The constant striving, the endless self-improvement projects, the guilt when you inevitably fail, it's a heavy, burdensome yoke. And it's a yoke God never, ever asked you to carry. In fact, the very thing you're doing to get closer to God might just be the one thing keeping you from the freedom and peace He's dying to give you. This relentless striving is fueled by a few core lies that have taken root deep in our souls. The first and most powerful lie is, my worth is in my effort. We've taken hustle culture and slapped it onto our faith. We think our value to God goes up with every good work and plummets with every failure. We don't just do good things, we do them to be good. We don't just serve, we serve to prove we're worthy of being loved. This is the total opposite of the gospel. The second lie is just as crippling. If I stop, everything will fall apart. This is the lie of control. We hold on to our worries, our plans, and our relationships with a white-knuckled grip, terrified that if we let go for even a second, chaos will take over. We actually believe we're holding our world together with the sheer force of our own will and worry. We forget the world wasn't resting on our shoulders in the first place. This lie makes us feel indispensable, but in reality, it just keeps us in bondage. And the most subtle lie of all is this: I have to fix myself before I can rest in God's presence. We treat rest as a reward for good behavior, not as the source of our strength. We tell ourselves, once I get over this sin, once my life is more organized, then I'll be still with God. But that's like saying, I'll take a drink of water once I'm not thirsty anymore. We have it completely backward. You don't get clean to take a bath. You take a bath to get clean. You don't fix yourself to earn God's presence. You enter God's presence to be healed and restored. Right into the middle of your burnout, into the center of your striving and your fear, God speaks a word that can shatter every single one of those lies. It's in Psalm 46:10. We often hear it translated as, "Be still and know that I am God." But the original Hebrew word for be still is rapha. And rapha doesn't just mean to be quiet. It literally means to cease striving, to let go, or to relax. Hear that again. This isn't a gentle suggestion to be a little less busy. This is a divine command to stop fighting. Stop wrestling with things in your own strength. Stop trying to control the outcome. Stop trying to earn what has already been freely given to you. God is looking right at you in all your weariness, and He's saying, lay down your weapons. The battle isn't yours. I will get the victory. So stop acting like you're in charge. This is your permission slip. It's a sacred release from all the pressure you've been putting on yourself. It's permission to stop, to breathe, and to know, not just in your head but in the deepest part of your soul, that He is God and you are not. And in that single beautiful truth, you find the beginning of your rest. Now when we hear stop striving, our performance-driven minds can immediately jump to the wrong conclusion. So I should just be lazy? I should just give up? Absolutely not. The rest God calls us to is not passivity. It's a radical, active trust. It's not about giving up. It's about giving it all over to God. This is exactly what Jesus was talking about in Matthew 11. With that beautiful invitation, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." He goes on to say, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Notice what he says, take my yoke. A yoke was a wooden harness joining two oxen so they could pull a heavy load together. The religious leaders back then had piled a crushing yoke of rules and regulations onto the people. It was impossible to bear. Jesus comes along and says, get rid of that one. It's killing you. Take my yoke instead. His yoke is different. It's custom made. It's a yoke where you are partnered with him. He gets in the harness with you and bears the overwhelming majority of the weight. Your job is no longer to pull the whole plow by yourself, but simply to stay in step with him. That's what it means to stop striving. You stop trying to do it all alone and allow yourself to be yoked to the one who has all the strength. If this message is already lifting a weight off your shoulders, consider subscribing so you don't miss these reminders of God's grace. So what does this look like in real life? What are we actually being given permission to stop doing today? First, stop trying to earn his love. Ephesians 2:8-9 says it so clearly. For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith. It is the gift of God, not by works, so that no one can boast. His love for you isn't a wage you earn, it's a gift you receive. Think about it. A child doesn't do chores to become a part of the family. They do them because they already belong. In the same way, we don't obey God to earn his affection. We obey him out of a joyful response to the unconditional love we already have. You can stop performing for him. You are already his beloved. Second, stop trying to control the future. So much of our anxiety comes from trying to manage outcomes that are completely out of our hands. We worry about our finances, our health, our kids, our careers. But 1 Peter 5:7 says, give all your worries and cares to God, for he cares about you. Surrendering control is a profound act of trust. It's admitting his wisdom is greater than your understanding. It means living with open hands, trusting that even if the future is unclear, the one who holds the future is good. Third, stop relying on your own strength. The Christian life was never meant to be lived through sheer willpower. It's designed to be lived in a state of dependence. The Apostle Paul, one of the greatest Christians who ever lived, learned this secret. He begged God to take away a thorn in his flesh, and God responded, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Paul's takeaway from that, therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. You don't have to be strong enough. You just have to be willing to admit that you're not, and let his strength become yours. There's this powerful story in the Gospel of Mark. Jesus and his disciples are in a boat when a furious storm kicks up. The disciples, many of them seasoned fishermen, are panicking. They're striving, fighting the waves, bailing water, doing everything in their human power to save themselves. And where is Jesus? He's asleep in the back of the boat. When they wake him up in a total panic, he doesn't join their frantic effort. He simply speaks to the storm, peace, be still, and the wind and the waves obey him. The profound truth here is this. Rest is not the absence of a storm, it is the presence of God in the storm. The disciples were striving because they'd taken their eyes off the one who controls the wind and the waves. Their peace was tied to their circumstances. Jesus was at rest because his peace was tied to his identity and his Father's power. You can stop trying to calm the storm around you and instead turn to the one who can calm the storm within you. Peace is not a what, it's a who. You've been trying so hard for so long. You've been carrying burdens you were never meant to carry. Today God is inviting you to simply lay them down. He is not asking for your performance. He is asking for your presence. He is not demanding more of your effort. He is offering you his rest. The Christian life is not a ladder you climb through striving, but a river of grace you enter through surrender. Let's just take a moment right here, right now. Just you and God. If you are tired of running, tired of trying, tired of carrying it all on your own, I want to lead you in a simple prayer of release. You can just repeat these words from your heart. Father, I'm so tired. I've been trying so hard, in my own strength, to be good enough and to hold my life together. Today, I'm accepting your permission slip. I stop striving. I let go of the need to control. I let go of the need to earn your love. I surrender my fears, my failures, and my future to you. I take off this heavy yoke I've been carrying, and I receive your easy yoke. Teach me how to rest in you. Teach me how to walk with you. I let go, in Jesus' name. If you just prayed that, know that a weight has been lifted. Rest in that truth today. And if this message has spoken to you, please share it with someone else who might be carrying a heavy load. You are loved. Go in peace.